What's up, everybody? This is Michael Davis, Edo Black. Welcome back to the PW Hustle Zone. And since Wrestlemania is this weekend, I figured I'd do something special for the channel and give you my top 5 favorite Wrestlemanias and my top 5 least favorite Wrestlemanias. And keep in mind, this is my opinion, okay? So don't crap on me in the comments and saying why I didn't put this Wrestlemania on here, why this Wrestlemania is crap. Hear me out, okay? I'm gonna explain why these are where they are in this video. So without further ado, play that intro, get this shit started.
Reach for the sky, boy.
My first lead Wrestlemania on this list is gotta be Wrestlemania 18. Now, I'm not saying this is the worst ever Wrestlemania I've seen. Not as bad as the ones I'm gonna talk about later on my least favorite list. But aside from the two double main events that we've seen, I don't really remember any of the matches that happened at Wrestlemania 18. Like, I forgot about Kane versus Kurt Angle. I totally forgot about DDP versus Kristen. I forgot about the whole silly angle that they had with Booker T and S when they fight over who got the Japanese commercial for a shampoo. Like, that was, I did not remember that at all. The hardcore match was kind of funny. It was all over the place, like as it should, cause it's something. Every time I see something like that involving the hardcore championship back then, it shows how leaps and bounds it was over the 24/7 championship nonsense they had when they had that ridiculous belt. But the two matches they had, of course, Icon versus Icon, Walk versus Hogan. That match was a good matchup. I take that over the match that they had at No Way Out not that long ago after this WrestleMania, when Hogan was the good guy, and of course Rock ended up being his horrible Rock gimmick that we all know and love. And also the main event, Chris Jericho, Triple H, with Chris Jericho had Stephen Man in his corner, and Triple H being the undefeated champion after being out for almost over a year because of his serious quad injury. Other than that, and also I can't forget about the infamous sell that Scott Hall did when he got hit with a stunner in the hands of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Other than that, WrestleMania 18 not really not the worst WrestleMania of all time for me, but it was one of those WrestleMania that I have not forget about any of those matches. Aside from, especially with the Ric Flair and Undertaker match, like, only thing I remember is on Anderson grabbing his Glock. Grabbing Undertaker and hitting the spine buster, and that was it. It was a glorified squash match for Undertaker, where he beat the crap out of Ric Flair for near 10 minutes. Other than that, WrestleMania 18, not my favorite and not my worst. It was just forgettable. However, this WrestleMania was definitely one of my least favorites. It's WrestleMania 34. Now, I was in New Orleans for WrestleMania weekend back in 2018. I not attended WrestleMania 34. Thank God I didn't, because my experience down there was just as bad as this Mania itself. And it was, aside from two matches, or two moments that I like about the Mania show, this WrestleMania was garbage. The two or three match between Rollins, Miz, and Balor for the IC Championship was a fun way to start the show. Yeah, Seth Rollins win the whole thing. You had Daniel Bryan make his return in the same place, same arena, same event where he won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and his first match back since being forced to retire due to neck issues. It was a cool moment for him, and it was pretty damn good feel-good moment for Daniel Bryan having that moment. Aside from that, the whole show was just nothing. You had Undertaker come back out of retirement, kicking John Cena's ass for dinner 3 minutes. John Cena being around for the whole thing was kind of was very strange. Usos and New Day getting squashed by the Brothers in their tag team match, title match. It was just a waste of time. That was Usos' first match on the main card of WrestleMania, and that's how you treat them. But anyway, you had Asuka losing to Charlotte, not only losing but tapping out to Charlotte, and you had the nerve to have her go on the microphone and said, "Charlotte will wait for Asuka." But that was that about. That was unnecessary to the fullest. And not only that, you fuck up one Japanese wrestler, and you fuck up another one in Nakamura and AJ Styles. That match, I thought that was gonna be the best match of the night, and a big complete clusterfuck. And the whole feud they had afterwards was just a complete joke. And I hate every minute of it. It's another example of WWE have seen something that was good. It was great at other promotions like New Japan, AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, and once they try to recreate that in WWE, they fuck it up. And there was another example of it. They fuck up a feud, a matchup between Nakamura and AJ Styles at one of their biggest shows of the year. And then also you had Braun Strowman winning the tag championships against with a kid. And a forgettable United States Championship Fatal 4-Way match when you want to be in the U.S. champion. Very strange to have him be a U.S. champion. Nobody remembers that. But the caveat was the main event of the show. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar dog set at its finest, and people wanted to see this match up just to get over with. They did not care who won the match. They just wanted to get this match over with so that they could go the fuck home, and nobody cared about it in the end. So WrestleMania 34, not my favorite. I would never rewatch it again, except for two matches. Next is WrestleMania 36, the first WrestleMania that had 2 nights of WrestleMania. And also the first and hopefully only WrestleMania that had 0 fans. Now, I'm not going to harp on them too much because they try to do this. They try to give us a WrestleMania, trying to distract us from what will happen in the world during that time. But this was hard to watch. Not in the, just, it was god awful. It was just boring. And most of these matches were matches that you see on Raw or on SmackDown or on even main event. Why do I want to see Bob Lashley versus Aleister Black? Why do I want to see Elias versus Baron Corbin? Or Street Profits versus Andrade and Austin Theory? Yeah, Bianca Belair may watch the debut after the match, but who cares about that? Who cares about the match in general? But it's like you had Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens in no DQ match. That was fun. You have the spot where Kevin Owens jump off the sign, WrestleMania sign, above the announce table, through the announce table to Seth Rollins. You had the triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown Tag titles, at least one of them, because one member for each tag team, the Usos, Miz Morrison, and New Day fought for those titles. That was pretty fun concept with Johnny Gamma Jones winning the match. And then you had Drew McIntyre win the WWE Championship from nobody. Braun Strowman win the Universal Championship from Goldberg after Roman Reigns had to back out due to him just looking out for himself and his family, his health. But Drew McIntyre win the WWE Championship from nobody, something that we have not stopped hearing about for 4 years. So I hope if WrestleMania is over with, I hope Drew McIntyre just shut the fuck up about it. We win or loses. Because at this point, we don't fucking care. Either we win or lose at WrestleMania 40, otherwise, it means nothing. But the 2 matches that were more entertaining in my opinion than any other matches on WrestleMania were the Boneyard match on night 1, AJ Styles and Undertaker, and the 5-hour Funhouse match with John Cena and Bray Wyatt. Now, first I didn't like the 5-hour Funhouse match, but after watching it and see how creative, how far Bray Wyatt will go to, be so off how much creative mind he had was great in my opinion. And the fact that they didn't have him use his creativity for majority of his time in WWE, whether it be him at the Fiend, either Worlds, or the gimmick he had before when he first came back to WWE. When he first came back to WWE back in 2022, it was just they still haven't do more with that gimmick. But back in 2023, not 2022, but Bray Wyatt had a very creative mind, and the fact that they just did nothing with him for the majority of the time, him being in WWE, it's disappointing. But AJ Styles and Undertaker having the Boneyard match was basically a very live match. It was fun, it was entertaining, and the fact that he had that match over a base 1-on-1 match, I thought it was a good move because we didn't know how good Undertaker, how well Undertaker was going to be moving in the ring, and having him face off against AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers in the world, in the Boneyard match, and how great it was, and how it was a good way for Undertaker to go out. You can't go on with that. Other than the two matches I talk about, plus the Seth Rollins match and Rhea Ripley and Charlotte match, which was, in my opinion, better than their match at WrestleMania 39. Fight me, I don't care. This WrestleMania was boring, and it was one of WrestleMania that I would never rewatch except for a few matches. In my honest opinion, WrestleMania 36 is one of the worst matches, WrestleManias of all time. Well, I'm telling you right now, that WrestleMania is not as bad as the last two WrestleMania I'm going to talk about. One of WrestleMania is going to be WrestleMania 27, because WrestleMania 27 had a rocky road headed lead up to it. It did not help that he had The Rock hosted WrestleMania, and it was just complete dog shit. In the words of The Rock himself, it was the biggest piece of dog shit. WrestleMania 27, I would never rewatch it. No way, shape, or form. You had most of the matches were forgettable. Miz and John Cena in the main event. You knew it was gonna be some clusterfuck to finish. With The Rock getting involved, causing John Cena to match up and taking out Miz just for the hell of it because he's The Rock. He wanted to make it all by himself. You had matches like Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio that nobody care about. You had the core getting buried by Kane, Vladimir Kozlov, Santino Marella, and Kofi Kingston. Nobody cared. You had the tag team match, the six-person tag with Johnny Game Jones team with Trish Stratus and Snooki versus I think Michelle McCool and whatever. I don't know who they fought, but it was a waste of time. But the two matches on the card that I actually care about, that actually were pretty damn good, were CM Punk versus Randy Orton, and of course Undertaker versus Triple H. And those matches were one of the things that I will go rewatch because those two matches were actually really good. But other than that, this WrestleMania was a complete dog shit. They had as beat a bird of wheel in the first match of the night. So much for someone main eventing WrestleMania when he win the Royal Rumble. But then again, it was a bird of wheel. He's an asshole, and he ended up winning the worst WrestleMania, winning the worst Royal Rumble of all time with the 40-man Royal Rumble that year. But other than that, it was all to set up a WrestleMania for next year, WrestleMania 28 between The Rock and John Cena, and that ended up being a complete waste of time too. So WrestleMania 27, dog shit. Never rewatch that shit again. And my number one least favorite WrestleMania of all time is WrestleMania 32. Where do I begin this WrestleMania? Like, as Billy Ray said when he was reviewing WrestleMania 32 with April Brown and the Professor, he said, why was this WrestleMania a setup to win Money Night Raw? It was setting up the night after WrestleMania. Like, example, here's an example. Everybody that lost their match at WrestleMania won their match that was on Raw. AJ Styles lost to Chris Jericho on this WrestleMania. He won a fair 4-way to turn for World Championship. New Day lost their match against the League of Nations. They won their match the next night against the League of Nations. League of Nations got the ass kicked by Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Steve Austin. And they kicked out Ray Barrett the next night on Raw, only to get they ass kicked by the Wyatt family. And that was after the Wyatt family got buried by both The Rock and John Cena. Everyone getting beat by The Rock in 6 seconds. What was the point of that? Only because Butler didn't want to work with Bray Wyatt when they won one match. But he had no problem working a nose bar street fight with Dean Ambrose, and he used none of the weapons that was in the display. Not the barbed wire bat, not the chainsaw. Not saying I wanted anyone to use a chainsaw and kill anyone, but it should have been like at least entertaining if someone used a chainsaw and they did move out of the way. Like, no, they didn't do that. Also, you gotta either have no bar or street fight. Just street fight. Don't have both. It makes no freaking sense. They had a triple threat match with the women's championship. Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, won by a fucking sleazeball and at every side called named Ric Flair. You had a lot of match. That's why I won the championship only to lose the next night Raw against the Miz. And Shane McMahon and Undertaker had their match and it was sloppy as hell. The Hell in a Cell match was just sloppy as hell. No pun intended. And Shane McMahon jumped off the cell only to get drop on only hit the announce table and a crash pad on the bottom of it. And then you see freaking Michael Cole in the corner screen, away from the script, trying to do his best Jim Walsh impression. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You're not Jim Walsh. You never had, never will. And the caveat, of course, is the main event of WrestleMania 32. Triple H, Roman Reigns, WWE Championship. Nobody gave a flying fuck. Nobody cared. And that was before that we started announcing Roman Reigns at the tribal chief that he is now. Nobody gave a fuck. They tried really hard to have us give a fuck about Roman Reigns, and it did not work out. When soon he won the championship, they were quick to fade to black. Cause they knew he was getting booed out of the building. But nowadays, nobody gets enough. Nobody can get enough of Roman Reigns. Well, not as much now, because most of the blood of WrestleMania 40 is just Rock outsigning his cousin. But what else is new? Anyway, WrestleMania 32, my least favorite WrestleMania of all time, and all I gotta say is, WrestleMania 32, go fuck yourself. Now I'm talking about my top 5 favorite WrestleManias of all time. Start with number 5, and this one is near dear to my heart because it was my first WrestleMania I watched live on the WWE Network, and also WrestleMania that pretty much beforehand I got kicked out of my mom's house, and I was trying to find a way to just get my mind out of all the bullshit that was happening that happened to me during that time. And WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30 was not the greatest WrestleMania out there, but it was a good WrestleMania in my opinion. The saga with Daniel Bryan finally finished his story and taking out the Authority, taking out Triple H in the first match of the night. Plus, it's taken to the main event of WrestleMania against Batista, where you won. Yeah, John Cena and Bray Wyatt having their match. It kind of like the Brace the Hate storyline that John Cena had with Kane, but a little bit better. You had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the first one, where Cesaro won the trophy by body slamming Big Show over the top rope. Like, that was the first Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal would end up being the very best one they had, because the other ones ended up being complete dog shit. I mean, they only had one other Battle Royal on the main show. That was WrestleMania 32. One of the worst WrestleManias they had. It was won by Barry Coleman. But anyway, you also had AJ Lee defending her women's Diva Championship against pretty much all the women on the roster at that time. Yeah, and also had Undertaker breaking a streak, losing a streak against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar beat Undertaker. Again, to this day, he did not need to win win that match. He did not need to break the streak, but it's whatever. But you had Seal squashing the New Age Outlaw and Kane. When I said that Roman Reigns would be WWE champion like 5 years from now, years after WrestleMania 30, and look where he is now. He'll be main event his ninth WrestleMania, both on Saturday and Sunday. So whoever said that I was talking bullshit, fuck you. Anyway, yeah, Daniel Bryan win the World Heavyweight Championship, WWE World Heavyweight Championship by tapping out Batista, getting his moment at WrestleMania, celebrating the crowd. When WrestleMania became Yestermania, and Michael Cole with one of his best calls ever in his entire career, and it was a great moment for him. And Daniel Bryan, still to this day, is one of the goats when it comes to technical wrestling and professional wrestling in general. And I praise her. So when he's done, when he officially retires, he gotta be best in the wrestling world, period. Because he is one of the most respected wrestlers out there, and he's one of the best, greatest wrestlers out there. And no denying that. Talk about the WrestleMania that came after WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 31. And I know JoJo Smith said that WrestleMania is what 31 was ass in his opinion. And I wasn't saying that the WrestleMania 31 was the best one. I just think it was one of my favorite ones out there, and a lot of other people's favorite WrestleManias to watch, and for good reason. It wasn't just because of what happened in the end, but the whole show was good. Aside from the fact that he had Sting losing his first and last WrestleMania ever against Triple H did not need that win whatsoever. Like, I don't give a fuck. It was so dumb having him win the way he did. You also had AJ Lee team up with Paige in her second to last match ever in wrestling, team up with the Bella Twins. You had John Cena defeating Rusev for the U.S. Championship, kicking off the U.S. Open Challenge when he made that the U.S. Championship mean something, like an actual prestigious championship. The IC Championship match that started off the show was a ladder match. Crazy shit happened during that match, including Luke Harper, God bless his soul, powerbombing the ding elbows on the outside through the ladder the long way, side of the deadlock for that one. And it was a cool moment seeing Luke Harper menacingly looking through the camera like he knew he just destroyed this mental man just now. And he took him out of the whole match. And you had Daniel Bryan win the match after giving he gave him and Double Dragon gave each other CTE with the headbutts they hitting each other with. That was ridiculous. Bray Wyatt and Undertaker was a decent matchup. It was weird seeing Undertaker and Bray Wyatt had the entrances in the daytime. It's just a weird sight to see. Randy Orton hitting one of the greatest RKOs ever on Seth Rollins during that match, and I'd rather see that the highlights see that over again than seeing on WWE 2K every now and then when I play against or as Seth Rollins, because everyone does that in that game. Don't know why. It's stupid. But that RKO he did on Seth Rollins was iconic. You also have the main event, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Honestly, their best main event in out of three WrestleMania they fought each other at. It was the birth of Super Seabus, which Brock Lesnar throwing Roman Reigns around like a rag doll. But Roman Reigns was Superman punching Brock Lesnar all across the ring, busting him open, having fought along like a fish, only until Seth Rollins comes out to cash in on Brock Lesnar, making it a 12-threat match. He pins Roman Reigns, becomes the WWE champion, and created the heist of the century. One of the best WrestleMania matches, best WrestleMania moments of all time. And I don't see anyone recreating that. I mean, if they try to recreate it, it's not going to be as good as Seth Rollins. Damian Priest has a chance to do that, but it's not going to be as on par as what we saw with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31, because that was one of the greatest moments in WrestleMania history. And WrestleMania 31 is one of those underrated WrestleManias that a lot of people do enjoy. And JoJo Smith, if I were you, maybe you could give it another try and watch it for yourself. I'm just saying. Next we gotta talk about WrestleMania 38. And I'm not talking about both nights in particular. I think I'll talk about one night. And that is WrestleMania 38 Night 1. And if they would have like 2 or 3 matches for WrestleMania Night 2, and put it in WrestleMania 38 Night 1. Then you probably had like a glorified one night WrestleMania. They did like that, but because that's how good, in my opinion, WrestleMania 38 Night 1 was. It started off slow. Of course, you had Rick Boogs getting hurt in a tag team matchup with Nakamura. We teamed up with him. They're going to be at the Usos for SmackDown tag titles, and it ended up being a crappy moment for Rick Boogs. Yeah, you had Logan Paul making his in-ring debut at WrestleMania, team up with The Miz, and they going against Mysterio's Ray Dominic, and they won. And now we see with Logan Paul 2 years later, he's in the main. He's in WrestleMania 40 defending the U.S. Championship, and last year he fought Seth Rollins, multi-time world champion. Like Logan Paul has come a long way when it comes down to wrestling. You may like him. He may be an asshole, but you cannot deny how good he is in the ring. You also had Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, one of the best WrestleMania women's matches of all time. Way better than Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I know a lot of people say that the best match in women's WrestleMania history. It's not. Literally, the last 10 minutes of that match got good. Was not on par with Becky and Bianca, but the matchup was good from start to finish. They recreated the spot happened at SummerSlam where Becky beat Bianca in less than 30 seconds, and it was a story. It was storytelling. It was great. Great chemistry between Becky and Bianca, and it was an all-around great matchup. Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin having his first match back in like almost damn near 10 years, and he did it really good. He was bumping all over the place. He would bump on the concrete on the outside in the audience, bump on the stage, and the fact that he had that moment with Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens will probably smile for ear to ear on the inside, because he had to wrestle. He had to do it. He had a chance to wrestle his childhood hero, the person who passed out the torch to get the blessing to having used the stunner. It was a cool moment for him, and Stone Cold Steve Austin winning that match. It was great. And also later on earlier in the show, you had the return, the American Nightmare himself, Cody Rhodes. I'm not talking about Dashing Cody Rhodes. I'm not talking about Undashing Cody Rhodes. I'm not talking about Stardust. I'm not talking about Cody Rhodes with the city mustache. I'm talking about the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. This guy came out with Kingdom. He came out with the Cody Raider. He came out with all the power in the world. He had one of the best matches in WrestleMania that night against Seth Rollins, and after that, yeah, they had 2 more matches that ended up being just as good. But overall, WrestleMania 38 Night 1 was a really good WrestleMania, and it sucks that WrestleMania Night 2 was outshined by WrestleMania Night 1 when it was back 2 years ago, because that's how good WrestleMania 38 was in my opinion. Night 1 was in my opinion, but it was just. That's all I can say. WrestleMania 38 Night 1 was pretty damn good in my opinion. Now we gotta talk about my second favorite WrestleMania, and it's WrestleMania 21. And this was when they went to Hollywood and they had their movie parodies from Basic Instinct to Braveheart to Pulp Fiction to Few Good Men to Gladiator, all the classics from the late 90s and 2000s. And the WrestleMania itself was actually pretty damn good. I don't see a lot of people talk about WrestleMania enough. I think it was very underrated. It had a lot of good matches, like Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. Every time you had those two in a match, you knew it was gonna be something special. You always had great chemistry. You also had Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, another underrated matchup that two of the best to ever do it in the ring. You had Undertaker versus Randy Orton, another case where you had Randy Orton hitting the RKO out of nowhere when Undertaker tried to hit the toe slam, but Randy Orton catch him in midair. It was ridiculous. You also had 2 matches that I did not care for at all, like Trish Stratus versus Chris Hemme, Women's Championship. Are you kidding me? Like, it was glorified squash match. Yeah, Chrissy had her offense in there, but you knew Trish was gonna win the match easily. And it sucks that Lita got hurt, and it was supposed to be her versus Trish for the Women's Championship, but they got hurt very last minute, and he was able to compete. He also had Big Silver to Akebono in a sumo match. I don't know why, but it was just weird seeing that match up, especially seeing Big Silver in a thong. Like, I thought we had enough of that when he was trying to cosplay as Rikishi, but I guess we didn't get enough of that. Cool moment with Stone Cold and with White Piper during the Piper Pit segment. I didn't have the first time they ever had it kind of like that. It was a cool moment seeing them banter and being up on Carlito. And you had the two main events. You had Batista and Trupes. You had John Cena and JBL. The Wolf Wrestling torch was passed down to these two, and it basically was the cornerstones of this era. With John Cena win the WWE Undisputed Championship and Batista win the World Heavyweight Championship, it was a cool moment for both Batista and Cena, and to solidify how much faith they had in these two as the faces of the company back then. And WrestleMania 21, you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you do. You want to watch it again, be my guest, because that's how I think that WrestleMania 21 is really underrated, and a lot of people should be talking about it a lot more. You already know what was number one. You already know what's WrestleMania number one. It gotta be the goal all goals when it comes to WrestleMania 17. Now, I rewatched this, and I wanted to see what all the hype was about. And when I say we watched it, I watched it like years ago when I had WWE Network. But like, this WrestleMania was damn near perfect. Like, the card was paced well. The matches were like, you hardly had any bad matches. There's like one or two matches that were like, eh. But like, after you saw what happens after those matches, you forget about those matches. Like, you had 8-page squashing the Right to Censor. You had China squashing Ivory for the Women's Championship. You had Chris Jericho being really for the IC Championship to start the show. You had the crazy triple threat hardcore match with Raven, Big Show, and Kane, and when they were fighting really all over the place. You had the guy named Chris versus Caringo, and you also had Same Man being the crap out of his daddy versus man, the devil himself. And it was just a crazy street fight. His son, Shane, beat up his father, giving him a much needed attitude adjustment, along with Linda McMahon and Mick Foley kicking his ass. It was fun to watch. You had Triple H versus Undertaker, the first encounter that nobody really talked about that much because all the other matches they had at WrestleMania 28 and 27. But this matchup was pretty damn good, in my opinion. And it was just the main event itself. Was itself. Walker Austin, two of the biggest stars during that after fighting out in the main event, and their rivalry was just unmatched. And having that heel turn happening with Stone Cold Steve Austin shaking the hand of that devil, Vince McMahon, and just it was a great moment. And like, yeah, it sucked that the heel turn for Austin didn't really mean anything after WrestleMania, but having him shaking Vince McMahon's hand while Rock was in the ring and pulling his own blood is just like, damn. And the TLC 2 match, how can I forget about that? As spearing Jeff Hardy in midair while Jeff Hardy was dangling, trying to hang on to the belts, and he gets spear out of nowhere from Ez. It's like the whole match, that whole holy trinity when it comes to tag team wrestling was awesome. Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Ezra Christian. It was just a great match all around. And it sucks that we don't hardly see a live match like this anymore. I mean, hopefully we see a live match like this at WrestleMania 40 because you have the 6-pack talent for the tag titles. Hopefully, it's not gonna be this good. But at least try to make it entertaining. But WrestleMania 17, one of the greatest WrestleMania of all time, if not the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and I don't see it be able to be top anytime soon. So you have it, my top 5 favorite WrestleManias of all time, and the WrestleManias that are down the bottom of the barrel. I know some of you might be upset with my picks, but let me know what your favorite WrestleManias are, what your least favorite WrestleManias are, down in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, tap the bell, and hope you guys enjoy WrestleManias this Saturday and Sunday. I will be back on here tomorrow for my Raw review, and also, no, I gotta do my WrestleMania predictions tomorrow, and I gotta post my Raw review on Friday. So be on the lookout for those videos, and hope you guys have a good hump day. Until that time, I'm not gonna say Black. I'm out.